I'm Babafemi Ojudu, a journalist, politician, farmer, art collector.
And
former senator. Former special advisor to the president on political matters. Yeah. We ought to also know that less than 200 years ago, even less than 150 years ago, the colonial masters were not here. We hadn't policemen as we have it now. Neither do we have soldiers as we have it now. Yet we protected ourselves. This is not the first time there will be people from up north, coming on raids of our towns and villages. They once did it on horseback. Yeah, and yet we resisted them. We were not conquered by the Fulanis or the Hausas. We resisted, and we survived. So why can't we just assume today that the police is not there as we know it, that the army is not there as we know it, and that we have to survive? We have a community to defend. Shouldn't we defend ourselves? Don't we have what would be necessary for us to defend ourselves? That's where I want us to see it. It's enough of crying and lamenting. Let's organize. Let's mobilize our people to defend our people. This is our land. This is our forest. These are our hills. We know them. We know the history of those places. We know the vegetation. We have hunted there. We have farmed there in those places. So what we need to do is to put our thinking cap on, mobilize ourselves and defend ourselves. So
as self-help.
What? Yes, self-help. I mean, that's what we need now. We can't wait for anybody anymore. If a general could be captured, kidnapped, and then kept till he died in the hands of the kidnappers, what are you waiting for? You want to wait for the army that could not save his own general? It doesn't make sense. So the earlier we start thinking of ideas to protect ourselves and secure ourselves, the better for us. That's my opinion, and we can do it. We can do it. And you see, if you read the history of the Kiriji War, when the Ibadans began to torment the Ekitis, of course, they resorted to juju, axe and cutlass and all those kind of things, to fight back at the Ibadan army. Then the elites of Ekiti, who then were living in Lagos and outside Nigeria, came together. They mobilized resources and went to Europe and bought the then guns, which they brought back home and give to their people to fight off these people. And that's where the name Kiriji War came from, because of sound of the gun. So today we have millions out there, from Europe to America to Brazil to Asia. Yorubas are everywhere, and guns could be bought on the shelf in America. So why should we not then call on them to arm our people, to defend our people? Are we going to wait till they begin to pick us from our homes and they are slaughtering us?
But don't you think this leads to illegal proliferation of arms?
Forget about that. How are the kidnappers getting their own arms? You are thinking of law when you should be thinking of survivor.
That's some sort of way laughing with it.
Well, that's it. You should be thinking of how do you survive. It is when you are alive that you think about law. So if I have an AK-47 now, and somebody comes to my house and I kill the person, and take me to court now, I'll then take a lawyer, self-defense. So that's, for me, is the way to go.
We should mobilize communities for action.
Now, as it has been reported in the last few days, many of us in little towns and villages have run away from their domain. Some are in kidnappers' den. One died 2 days ago. One will die in Kwara. So are we going to wait for all of that to be happening to us before we know what to do? So it is now we know truly if those of us are really, leaders of their people. If they are not leaders of people, then it is unfortunate. Then they have no value. But if they are leaders of their people, they should be able to mobilize their people to defend their towns and villages.
So you say we start community action from the palaces?
Oh yes, the palaces will rally the effort now. I mean, the king is the head of the town. It's the Oluwaye now. Bakeji Orisha. Yes, it's time for them to be challenged. They have been asking for roles to play. Now we are handing over generalship
Generalship,
yes,
the forefront of the party.
Yeah, the party, they're adding that over to them.
There are people who think that Yoruba spirituality is failing at this sort of time.
Well,
when Babalawos should come out.
Honestly, forgive me and permit me to say that I don't believe in those things. I don't see spirituality in the face of AK-47 or in the face of missiles. Spirituality.
AK-47 should face AK-47.
47, that's where it should.
Not,
yeah,
not
these myths of no. Those belongs to mythical period. We are talking of real machines these days. Yeah, that you can shoot and take down 20, 30 people at the same time. Yeah, that's. I think we should go back to the drawing board. Then again, pick from the experience of our fathers, those ones you have mentioned. Today, from Senate down to House of Rep to House of Assembly to governors, I'm sorry to say, very few of them can be called real leaders. Yeah, a good number of them, large percentage of them are just traders who are trading on our support and our, on the political, trading our political space. So there is even no way to compare the Awolowo generation with our generation. No, it's unfortunate. So we need to go back to the drawing board, as I said. First of all, go back to the classic definition of political parties or political groupings.
What would that be?
Yeah, a political party is meant to provide service. It's not meant for personal aggrandizement. I once did listen to a very senior person in Buhari's government who said that politics is ontaje and ontaje. That is, politics is what you are going to eat and what you are going to become. That can never be the definition of politics. No, it is not. Most politicians, in the classical sense, have never been rich. And there is a saying that if you are in politics and you are wealthy, then you are a thief. You must have stolen your wealth.
That saying was in your days.
It
was in your days.
No.
When there was ideological politics.
No, not even in my days. I mean, in the days of the Awolowos. This is my day now. This is the
But you are not man now.
We are in it together now. We are worse. You are going to be worse in quotes. In quotes, because this will not improve if we don't go back to the drawing board. Yeah, if we don't go back to reassessing where we are today and seeing that disaster lies ahead of all of us if we don't change our ways. We are seeing it now, that, people from this part of town could be submitting their account for kidnappers to send them money. Yoruba land, that we could be hailing people who are prostitutes, who are yahoo. Nobody would. When I was growing up, if you are a thief in the town, nobody will take salt from your mother. Yeah, but
nobody will take salt from your mother. Ordinary salt.
Ordinary salt, So, yeah, that's it now. Nobody will do that. But here we are today. The bigger thief you are, the bigger applause in your community. The king will give you 2022 when they are setting up a committee to run the town festival. They make you the chairman. So you become a seneschal of I. You are the one held up as the successful person. So if you hold up a thief, a 419er, the most successful person in the community, what do you want the rest of the community to be? Even when Obas themselves are even 419er. You are the one that has been jailed in America. And there are many who have not been jailed, who are also doing some kind of 419 or the other. So it's a pity that our society has gone this way. So it's something has to give.
How do we redraw this?
Well,
do we go to a bloody revolution?
No. It's also take a few men of ideas to change the society. There could be thinkers, there could be people of action, and they have to come together and say, look, what lies ahead of us? They will be able to see far ahead. They are people of vision that if we do not correct our ways, this is where we are going to land. And then, they continue to think, they continue to meet, reflect on the situation, come up with panaceas to the wrongs in society. I mean, look at the case of Singapore. Singapore was a region in Malaysia, largely constituted by prostitutes, drug traffickers, cultists, thugs, and all manners of characters. It was so bad that Malaysia said, no, we don't want you again. That's perhaps the first time in history when a section of a country will be pushed away without their saying we want to leave.
Just get out. We don't.
Just get out. We don't want you. And they threw them away. Then a few young men who just came back from schooling in England, led by Lee Kuan Yew, came together and said, come, this is our place. We are educated. We have read economics, we have read political science and philosophy. Let's rebuild this land. They were not up to 10. And they did it. So that's the one thing that gives me hope, that if we begin to look inward, for those who may genuinely be concerned about our race, our nation, we may just be able to get the mass that will bring about the change that we want. Again, you don't get quick solutions, quick fix. It never works. Becomes like I call it popcorn politics or parachute politics. You have to be patient. You have to plan. You have to philosophize. You have to really think deeply. A gradual process. I do not think that solution to Nigeria problem will come in 20 years' time.
In 20 years?
No, I don't think so. Anybody who wants to do it earlier than that is going to meet the same, brick wall. It's not going to work. If I decide that I want to carry on that battle today, I will think 25 years ahead. I don't have to be the one who will get us to the destination, but begin to prepare the ground. Recruit young men and women, educate them, educate yourself, plan gradually, and get a lot of people involved. Hopefully, if you do it right, you will stumble along the way, you will fall, but some other people will continue the battle. I did an article today on political party formation, and I look at it. There was a guy in UK, an Indian, almost, a philosopher who kept writing about a free India, free state of India, and became very popular. Every other young men and women in India, started believing in his ideas. It was his idea that moved Mahatma Gandhi to abandon his legal profession in South Africa and said he was going home. On his way back to India, he even stopped in Britain to see him. And the man said, go back to India. Don't go and contest immediately. Make sure you visit everywhere in India and learn the culture and the ways of the people. And then thereafter, go into politics. And that was exactly what Mahatma Gandhi did. And when Gandhi did it, he didn't even again bother to go and contest for power. He pushed ahead Pandit Nehru, a younger person with energy, with also ideas. And that was it. From Pandit, it went to, was it the daughter that he went to Indira and to every other, and then today you have an India that is
better India.
That is better. So it's not a quick fix. When you see people jumping from one party to the other, it's not about Nigeria. It's about themselves. They are trying to fix themselves, not fix Nigeria. If they were fixing themselves, no. Okay, yeah, you are in APC. You wanted to become governor. It didn't work this time around. Keep building.
You stay there.
Yeah, stay there. Keep building. Keep recruiting people to join you. And then.
What if the party continues to
amassing ideas? You become. I told you the case of Mitterrand in France. It took him 35 years to be able to wrestle power from people from the party, from his party.
From the party itself,
then from the nation. So it's a possibility. But here we are too impatient. Our people come from. You live in America for 15 years. You then gather together $10,000. You land in Lagos and declare your intention to run for governor in a state where you do not even know anybody. How does that make sense? There is the lady in New Zealand. He started politicking at the age of 12. How did she start? By attending political meeting. She's the one serving drinks, serving donuts and all of those things, packing shares. Before you know it, she started then taking notes. Before you know it, she became an organizer and all that kind of thing. By the age of 32, she has been elected president of New Zealand. During the COVID, her work was adjudged the most successful management of COVID. And when fundamentalists of a different kind went to the mosque in New Zealand and shoot people that were praying. You know, the way she managed it, all of the Gulf states and Arab states gave her award for, you know, she started wearing the hijab. You know, she gave visa to the family of everyone killed, and personally went to the airport to welcome them to come and collect the body of the victims of that shooting. Now, it was a judge a good way to manage things. That's a lady who started at 12, but you join a party at 30, 32. You want to become president of Nigeria. You have never had any public position or whatever. You know, so things should not continue that way. It cannot. Well, let me say from the onset, without any equivocation, that as it is today, there is no media in Nigeria.
There's none.
There is no media in Nigeria, you know. Yeah.
The strong interviewers, those bold voices.
No, that's not the way to do it. It's not about interviews. It's not just about interviews. It's about deep investigations, you know, probing. You know, I can come to you, just as I am with you now, I can be saying a lot of things that may be different from who really I am. Yeah. It is this you trying to go beyond what I'm saying to find out what truly who truly I am. You know, I mean, when I was just getting into journalism under the military, it was, you know, it was almost a religion that on the 1st of January of every year, the budget must be read by whoever was head of state. And when the budget is read, come and see movements in the newsroom. Okay, this is the part that deals with transportation. This is the part that deals with education.
For analysis.
Go and do analysis. What was allocated for that sector last year? What is allocated this year? What percentage of what was allocated this year was implemented? That kind of, you will do the analysis, you know, in all sectors. And when you read the story the following day, then you know that yes, a lot of effort. Even the people who are policymakers will be waiting. What are you people going to say? What are you going to find out? It's a time when the editorial of The Guardian, The Punch, you know, will be a subject of debate at the Supreme Military Council the following day. Nobody cares about anybody's editorial anymore, because as it is today, if I have 100,000 naira, I can buy an editorial page. And then whatever it is I want you to say about me or about my policy, they will say it. In those days, look, presidents and ministers shiver, you know, when an editorial is written on something they are involved in.
And that was why you guys were on the
so because it's very powerful. It's very, very powerful. We had influence. Media doesn't have influence anymore. I can, you know, give somebody money now to say that you come to my house to steal. He will report it. It's now left for you to now be defending yourself that you didn't come here to steal. You know, I can give somebody money to say somebody's raped a lady, and that will be written without any qualms, because you have provided 100,000 naira, which the journalist will find good enough to pay his rent for the month. It's as bad as that, you know. And again, there's also the issue of knowledge, of education. How many journalists today do read? How many of them will say, I've read 2 books I read 2 books last year. I've read 1 this year. How many of them? And if you're a journalist and you do not read, you are a dead journalist. You know, you're a dead journalist. So people are there now because they want to ride cars, you know, they want to build homes, they want to marry, they want to become celebrities and all of those. Not because, you know, they believe in a cause. A journalist, like you said earlier on, must be a crusader, must be an entertainer, must be committed to an idea, a body of ideas rather, you know. But it's no longer so. It's no longer so. People are just doing all kinds of things. And again, we are in an era where, for example, in this country today now, we have 200 million editors. You know, all you need is to have a 20,000 naira phone and have 500 naira data. You will take photographs. You will write stories. You can decide you're writing the story in my bedroom, and the world will read it in the next 30 minutes. No matter whether it is true or not, does not matter. You can libel anybody. So the world has changed. The country has changed as well. The media industry has changed, unfortunately. After our generation, you know, when we fought the military to a standstill, We are taught, those who are taking over from us, we now fight for development, you know. But they abandon that and they are pursuing personal gratifications. What is journalism about? Again, we have to go back to the basics, just the way politicians have to go back to what politics originally is about. Yeah, you know. So it's a collapse of what is right. Look at what is happening in America. Look at the kind of president America has. Look at the kind of ideas he's promoting. You know, so it's there is a season of anomy generally across the world.
Across the world.
Yeah, and you don't even know where to run to anymore. So,
the madness is fairly spread.
yes, very spread.
Thank you so much, sir.
Okay.
It was a very huge pleasure being with you.
Thank you
so much, sir.
Thank you.